One of the biggest traps in life is pursuing more and more success, more and more accomplishments, with belief that that's something that's gonna give you fulfillment. What do you think is the reason that most of actors sob at the night of Oscar when they get that statue? Nothing from the external world can bring you fulfillment and satisfaction if you don't train yourself to be aware at the present moment, to know how to self regulate, to spend most of your time in state of power instead of state primal state, and all those things from external world are just false, fake power, agency power. Real power only can be found inside you. And what's interesting is that most people are feeling uncomfortable with themselves. So that's why they are always running away from that present moment and from facing their own true inner self. Especially people who didn't do the inner work, because all those past traumas, painful experiences, resistances can be very unpleasant to sit with. So, but once you switch to the other side, and I know how hard it is because I had to face it, let's say, cold turkey, and my awakening didn't went smooth and step by step, but I was literally torn apart in one moment, and that was on January 11th, 2020. It was about 5 o'clock p.m. when I felt enormous pain in my stomach. It felt like someone literally cut me in half. So I thought that that's the end of my existence. So I couldn't breathe. The pain was something, I don't know what's the highest level of pain, but that was the highest level of pain that I experienced. And it was such moment that I literally said goodbye world. What's interesting and what literally was the point of my awakening was that I was at the moment feeling zero pain. I literally felt like I'm going home. So that's why I'm sharing this to all those who still struggle to make peace with eventually one day their own transition, because most of pain at root have that fear. So I didn't literally cry, I didn't yell, I was at total peace and I was prepared to go. And I'm saying that feeling was like I'm going home from a vacation. So the pain was so big that I was on the floor. My mom was trying to come closer to me to help me to get up, but I was pulling her away because I was in such a pain that I was literally incapable to be touched or moved. So they immediately called the ambulance, but uh, it took them for unknown reason to me in that moment. But I was slowly losing my consciousness and beginning to even fade away periodically. So when they arrived and put me inside, I was already bleeding on my mouth. And I realized later why I was late, because as nothing is random, that moment wasn't too. I was late just on time to uh, my surgeon come at work tonight shift, and he is one of the best that we have. So somehow they, when we got there, helped my mom to put me in that wheelchair and to pull me. They then took off my clothes, and doctor came to night shift. He put his hands on my stomach and asked who is with her. My mom said I am, and he said she has to go on immediate surgery. So long story short, I had massive bleeding, and if I was 5 minutes late, I wouldn't be here now. So that's why I'm saying my awakening wasn't easy and step by step. My awakening was literally near that experience one, and then I had second in March this year. What was going on later was, I mean, the greatest relief I felt after a long time, because I was sick for years before that final moment of surgery and bleeding in my stomach. But what was happening after was very interesting too, because I remember, like through some dream, and I thought for a period of time that that was dream while I was going on through the process of surgery. Later, when I connected the dots, I realized that that wasn't dream, because I had vivid vision of me walking upstairs with young saints. So literally, that was people around maybe 60 to 25 years, male and females, but mostly males, and they had that uh, beam of light around their head, like uh, saints are drawn in Christianity. And we were walking upstairs, and I remember that I felt such a respect for them, and I was even afraid to look at them, because I felt the strong presence of huge authority figures. And we were walking, and it was dawn, so the sun was rising, and that was my, let's say, going back to life. I felt at peace when I saw sun again, and when I felt warmth, and when I saw the light. So the days were going by. Later, I remember first time going back to conscious when I awakened after the surgery, and it was cold morning, and I remember feeling cold fresh air and smell of I will never forget that. Cold, fresh air and smell of fresh bread from bakery. So back to story about saints. When I came back home and when my mom told me that it was a special date that night when I had the surgery, basically I'm not sure if 40,000 or 60,000 of young people gave their life for Christ. So I realized at that moment that those young people that I walked with was them, and that they helped me that night when I was in a process of staying here or going into some other realm. Whether I wanted or not, I went through the awakening. My spiritual awakening wasn't easy, but it's something that's impossible to compare to any other experience. And all worldly things are completely irrelevant and they're nothing when you went through something like this, and when you know what true value in lives are, when you know that there is no reason for such a struggle, there is no reason for competition, there is no reason for jealousy. We all came here with special mission. Our duty is to find out what that mission is and to spend the rest of our days to spread the word to the world. So for a long time I wasn't sure what my sole purpose is, but now I am more than sure that one of the reasons that I am still here is to share with as much people as I can the story that I went through in order to help as many souls to awaken and to be in that state of bliss. And bliss is something that nothing from the physical material world can't give you. That's only when you are capable to sit with yourself, to make peace with yourself, to embrace your good and your bad sides, to literally be grateful to God or universe, infinite intelligence that made you exactly the way as you are. So one of my favorite prayers and statement of gratitude is thank you God for making me exactly as I am, because I know that my good and my bad sides were given to me with reasons. For so long I was trying to be someone else. I was trying to suppress certain parts of my personality, to act like I'm something else rather than this I am. So even Jesus said, I am that I am. So what did he mean? Whatever you put inside, in between I am, that I am, you are. I am is so powerful. I am. Whatever it is that I am made in the image of God, I always should embrace with no criticism and no desire to be somewhere else, to be someone else, to do something else. We are all exactly where we should be in this moment, but unfortunately, most people are always putting that pressure and resistance to here and now. Here and now are all your blessings, and when you make peace with here and now, it's literally like you became some type of wizard shit. You are capable to alchemize literally every life situation to be beneficial for you. That's why I always preach, and I will always preach, that every resisting experience and every challenge and so called problem is blessing in disguise. You either win or learn, you never lose. Everything is blessing in disguise. As long as you are here, life is working for you. If your relationship fails, you will get better person in the future. If your business fails, you are meant for something better in your life. Something better awaits you. If your family life is going through challenges, it's because after that experience you will have deepened and better connection with your family. So stop putting resistance and pressure in challenging situations. When you don't know what to do nothing, let go and let God do its work. God and the power, higher power that made you and gave you life will never put you in a place where you shouldn't be. Yes, sometimes it can't feel hard, but it's not what's happening, it's the meaning that we're giving to the happening. I could put myself in a place of victim when I was going through very hard period in my time, in my life, but instead of playing a victim, I literally let go of, not just meaning that I was given, I was ready to let go of life. And I think that life rewarded me for being so brave at that moment when even the bravest would be frightened. I wasn't. I made peace with whatever God decided for me in that moment, and I was so rewarded and blessed that I am literally seeing myself as the happiest and most blessed person in the entire universe, literally, because I need nothing. I am at peace wherever I am. I released resistances. I I can't lie and say that I'm 24/7 high vibrational being. No, I still have hookups, but my hookups no longer last 7, 10 days, 2 weeks, 2 months. I'm now capable to quick examine what's going on and to put myself back on track. So bring the power back where it was always inside you, and don't seek around you uh, false fulfillment, because outer world, material and physical world, can only give you short-term satisfaction, and it can never give you joy and state of bliss. Life always rewards bravery, and your will to put time in the inner work will be the best investment in your life.